microphone at the end of the presentation.
Sure, thank you.
So I'm going to record the presentation, if it's okay for you.
Yes.
No, Paola just did it.
Yeah.
Perfect. No, it's done already. Perfect.
Okay. Hello everybody. My name is Neven Šipić and I'm from Zagreb School of Business. Thank you very much for inviting me to hold this short presentation about my university. As maybe some of you may know, Zagreb School of Business comes from Zagreb in Croatia. Actually, we're in the capital city and we're centrally located in downtown. Zagreb School of Business has been in existence since 2005, but we're actually founded by Zagreb Open University, which is the oldest higher education institution in Zagreb. So we are pretty much city-owned. We offer undergraduate and graduate degrees. As I will talk more about it, I will just show you 1.5 to 2 minutes video, just highlighting some specifics about Zagreb as a city, just to maybe intrigue you a little bit and maybe motivate you to come to Zagreb. Oops. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, that was a short presentation regarding Zagreb as a city. Zagreb is very multicultural. It's a rather small city, around 1 million people, but on a yearly basis, we receive around 10,000 incoming students from all parts of Europe, or to be exact, from Europe. EU or Erasmus Plus program countries. Zagreb School of Business has partners from all over Europe, and luckily, with your school, FAP and ECART, we have been having a successful cooperation within the last 2 years. So it started with 1 and then 2 students, and nowadays on a yearly basis, we are receiving around 4 to 5 of your students. We are a rather small university with around 1,000 students. So on every semester, we get around 12 to 15 Erasmus Plus students, not only from our Erasmus Plus program countries, but also from our partner countries, which are Brazil, Ukraine, Albania, and Bosnia. So we have a pretty diverse group every semester, and we usually have around a similar number of courses being held in English, 12 to 15. So usually, we try to integrate students with our local student population, which is seeing some problems now with Corona because most of our classes now days are online. But for Erasmus students, classes are still in a physical setting. And if those classes are shared with local students, they also have it's mandatory to be in class in a physical mode. We pride ourselves with our communications and marketing department, which was the first undergraduate program that we had, which gives us and yields us good results over the years. So this is a small ad that we made and got lots of awards for it. We're basically trying to attract students with this back to work, or BACC, like a bacala, which we all know is a degree after 3 years that you receive under Bologna Declaration. So back to work, or bacala, or baccalaureus to work. As I said, we're the oldest institution, or our founder is the oldest institution here in Zagreb from 1907, and in the region there were similar institutions, but none of them stayed in the education field. We are the only building that has still its founding purpose, which is education. Nowadays, it looks like this. In the time that it was built, it was very modern because of its wide windows and the light coming in. So it's an architectural monument here in Croatia, meaning that it cannot be changed from the outside, and it is very limited under conservationists to change the inside. So basically, Zagreb School of Business, as I already have told you, provides 2 study levels, undergraduate and graduate levels. We transformed into Zagreb University of Applied Sciences just because we hold more undergraduate and graduate degrees than before. But our name in English stayed the same, which is Zagreb School of Business. As I said, marketing and communication was the first of our undergraduate and graduate programs, but we later made an addition. So nowadays we also have supply chain management or business logistics, and also management and production in culture and arts. And we have been receiving students from your school, especially from marketing and communications, or to say communications. And production in culture and arts, also one of your students was here. We're a small school with around 30 permanent employees and more than 100 outside employees, usually from other universities or industry experts. So we would be very lucky to have you here in the next semester or the next year. So be sure to come to Zagreb. If you have any questions or comments, please contact me. I have put here my email, but also before I end, I would just like to, maybe it's enough of the videos for today. If you have any questions, I'm here free to answer any of this. When you are here, of course, as you know, Erasmus Plus program is a combination of leisure plus study efforts. So usually we hold trips down to the coast, which is very popular here. If you have been to Croatia, you might have noticed that Zagreb and the whole continental Croatia is more of a medieval architecture. When you go to the coast, it's Roman and Greek architecture, or from those times, so it's very much different. We're a country of around 3.8 million, and we have not only the architectural diversity, but also the natural diversity, and we have 2 different climates here in Croatia, and the architecture around Zagreb, where you will be coming, is similar to Budapest or Prague and stuff like that. According to your wishes, with the accommodation, we have some spaces in the public dormitories, but most of our Erasmus Plus students arrange to live with their roommates in private accommodation closer to the school. again, if you have any questions, I'm at your disposal. If not, thank you for listening to me, and hopefully I will get to see some of you here in Zagreb pretty soon.
We have one question in the chat. How many students by class do you have in general?
In general, for Erasmus
Yeah.
students, it's
Yeah.
usually around 10 to 15, so they're rather smaller classes than we have for our local students, depending on the level of study. Usually the first year undergraduate program classes are around 50 people, but as you progress to the second or third year, or even the master's level, they tend to be 15 to 30 people in the class. So as I said, usually for Erasmus students, it's around 15. So it's a smaller class where our professors can maybe concentrate more on group discussions or group cohesion and work on projects in detail, maybe than those introduction level courses that hold more people.
Okay. And just maybe could you let us know the budget for housing if students want to share a flat in Zagreb? What is the budget per month?
Usually per month is around 2 to 500, depending on where the students are staying. But if you're staying close to the school or somewhere in downtown, it should be around €200
Okay.
plus the utilities if you're sharing. If you're alone, it will be around 400 for around 50 meters squared apartment.
Okay, thank you. So students, do you have other questions? You can ask them in French if it's too difficult in English, and we can translate into English.
So much of French, only a few phrases. So I'd be glad for you to translate it. But I would like to welcome you to Zagreb. So voulez-vous me visiter à Zagreb?
Wow, congrats! Okay, so les étudiants, so it was quite clear, I think. We have one question. Marie, let's go.
I just wanted to know I'm an FAP student, and I wanted to know if I can go to management of culture and art, even if I'm learning communication right now.
Sure. I mean, it's all up to your institution regarding the processes here. We would have to agree with your institution that they will accept those classes and then give you credit when you get back. But all in all, yes, we will allow you that. But if it corresponds to the program or the classes that you should have in your semester over there at FAP, or if your institution says it's okay to maybe switch a few classes with the ones that we are offering.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. So just for you, Mary, so you have so for IFAP, you have modules. So we will need one subject in communication, one subject in marketing and digital, one subject in professional tools, one in personal development, and the other one is an elective, so you're able to choose any subjects you want. And it's a list, and you choose among the list. Okay, so maybe you can do a mix, one communication class and the rest in arts.
Okay, so we can choose like every subjects that we want, actually.
Yeah. So you have a list with 10, 15 subjects. You can choose among the list. Then the classes should be, available in the schedule, because if you have clash, if classes take place at the same time, so you have to make a decision. But yeah, again, it's a general list, and you choose among the list. You are going to fill in your learning agreement, your study list, and then we approve it. And then upon arrival, you have to check if the schedule is fine. So it's the process for subjects.
So if I understood correctly, your school is pretty liberal in accepting classes, because you just said that she needs to take one communication class and the other from arts, which is good for you as a student.
Yeah, exactly. So we request at least one class in communication, one in marketing, and the rest is really open. So you may be able to choose classes in arts. Someone is asking, Mathilde, do you offer like Croatian language class?
Yes, actually, most of our students, and by most, only one student that came here in the last 8 years from Erasmus Plus program did not take introduction to Croatian language. So I would not only suggest you that, but you will probably choose it by yourself. So that's the most widely taken class, especially for Erasmus Plus students. I wouldn't say it's mandatory, but I highly suggest it because you will be spending at least 4 to 5 months here. It's always good to learn at least some introductory level Croatian, just to find yourself around Zagreb, meet a few friends that are local, etc.
Yeah, I agree with you. I really recommend the Croatian class. And even if you want to buy, I don't know, your bread, your milk, it's always nice to be able to speak the language of the country where you live. So yeah, great. We really recommend the Croatian class.
We are only 4 million here, so it is not the knowledge will not maybe be widely used, but we have as much immigration as we have local citizens, so it's 4 more million somewhere else that you might find interesting to chat with.
Okay. All right. Do we have other questions, students? Feel free, because again, we have the chance to have Neven with us. So,
And always, I can meet with any of you on Zoom or maybe even with Teams, and
okay.
we one. So if you don't feel like talking now, maybe you want to
Yeah.
postpone your plans, feel free to contact me, or if you forget my contact number or my contact information, just contact
Paola or myself. No
national
problem. We have one more, Marie. So do you have one more question?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay.
So it's a business school, and I just wanted to know what kind of business can we learn if we come to your school?
Well, depending on the courses you might choose, in every business school you have those classes that usually start with economics, introduction to economics. Then you have, but that's sometimes elective, micro or macro. We have lots of finance class. We have marketing classes. We have management classes, etc. So you might learn from these areas that we teach you, and then hopefully, as a result, you will be more successful in business. For example, I teach introduction to entrepreneurship, but also teach strategic management, marketing management on a master's level. I teach marketing tourism, and on the undergraduate level, I also teach methodology of writing papers. So you'll get information or knowledge from different areas, which should maybe give you concentration on specific type of business or aspect of business that you're interested in, which will maybe make you stand up for master's level and maybe get some experience in that field with your work experience. I don't know if I...
Okay, no, right. So it was very clear, and I completely agree with you. Yeah, marketing. So you also finance. You have economics. You have different aspects.
But yeah, like in Europe, as you know, business schools are a little bit different than in the US. Sometimes when you have economic school, also in France, usually that's more theoretical mathematics, right? With business schools, they take that and also combine it with lots of management, marketing, entrepreneurship, etc., to give you a more practical application of theoretical things that you might apply in a wider array of future occupations that you might choose from.
Okay. All right. I think we're okay. So again, thank you so much, Neven, for your presentation.
Taking
And
my
so I will. So we are really pleased to welcome you in Paris very soon. So I'm going to send you the latest. No worries, and see you soon